We really don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. Today, let's meet Sakshi Malik, a very dear friend but also a fierce warrior of stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor whose journey transforms into unwavering strength. More than fighting cancer, it was her journey that acted as her biggest teacher ever and an unbreakable spirit to emerge as a fighter and stronger than never before. Her story is a real testimonial of resilience. It's a lesson for anybody fighting any form of fear because remember, you're much stronger than you ever think. With every sunrise, there comes a new hope. So, as Sakshi says, it was not the journey of just battling cancer, it was the journey of finding herself all over again. So, let's find out from Sakshi about her journey of fighting this deadly disease like no one else. Hi, Sakshi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being on my series From the Heart today. It really means a
My
lot to
pleasure.
me
It's all
talking
my
to a
pleasure.
dear friend like you. So tell me something, Sakshi. When you go through a disease like cancer, at that very moment you're playing such vital roles of a mother, a daughter, a sister, a caregiver. Which role became your biggest strength at that moment, and which role made you feel the weakest and why?
My biggest strength was being a mother. That
Okay.
was my biggest, seeing my kids. I had to gather my strength and, get hold of myself to
Hmm.
take care of them.
Hmm.
And biggest weakness was for my parents.
Okay.
I still remember during my first chemo session,
Hmm.
seeing my father sitting there.
Hmm.
He was wearing a mask and tears went rolling.
Hmm.
And I looked at him and I said, Papa,
Hmm.
don't worry, I will live.
Hmm.
I will not go anywhere.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it just weakened me, although I
Weekend.
said that to him.
How?
But,
You also didn't know what was in store
you
for
don't
you.
know what
Yeah.
life holds for you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day used to be so, yeah, I mean, strength has to be my kids.
But
Yeah.
it's so interrelated that as
Yeah.
a mother, you wanted to be your kid's strength. But
Yes.
as a daughter, what your parents saw you as their child, they were going through hell.
They were
So
going
it
through.
is all so
And it's not
related.
just parents,
Hmm.
everybody, my
Everybody.
my husband, my sisters,
Hmm.
I mean, I could see that pain.
Hmm. In every eye.
It was like everybody world collapsed.
Collapsed. Yeah.
Very
Totally.
painful.
Totally. Take care. Relax.
Yeah.
So they say in your toughest time comes a moment where your biggest faiths get challenged.
Yeah.
Because you've always been very spiritual, but suddenly you feel cheated. And the biggest question you ask yourself is why me? What went wrong? Why God chose me for this? And I'm sure battling a disease like cancer, it was not just a physical suffering, it affected your mental, emotional well being as well. So, in that very moment, when you obviously, over the couple of days, when you got to know that this is the reality, what was that thought that gave you strength to just carry forward, simply knowing that there is no choice left now? You have to do it.
I think it just God gives you that strength.
Hmm.
We as human, we can, we can try, but it's
Hmm.
ultimately His will.
Hmm.
Basically, I would say stay in His grace,
Okay.
be in gratitude,
Hmm.
and I kept asking for forgiveness.
Okay.
This was my key. I kept asking for forgiveness. I kept praying.
Hmm.
I kept meditating.
Hmm.
And, faith. These are the.
So, like, even in your darkest time, you didn't, uh, of course, you questioned God, but you were not
Of course, I
angry. Like, you
questioned.
didn't leave his side.
No, I didn't. I didn't. In my toughest days, also, I kept talking to him like my friend. I
Hmm.
remember I had to go for my second PET scan, which was
Hmm.
the most important scan,
Okay.
which decides my further course of medication.
Hmm.
And I remember, in those rooms, I had to wait for my scan to happen, and I was
Hmm.
fighting with Babaji that, "No, not again. You know, you either get this scan clear or take
Okay.
me. I'm
Okay.
not giving you a choice
This
now.
is after your 12 chemos?
After my 2 chemos. So after 4 chemos. So basically after
Okay.
4 chemo, you have to again go through a scan,
Acha.
which they decide that how the medicines are
Reacting on you?
reacting on me. Yeah.
Okay.
So you know, I would just keep fighting with him or keep loving him. He became my friend.
Your friend,
In
your guide.
my guide, my friend. You know, you have to surrender.
You have to.
You have to surrender. There's no other way.
No other way.
Yeah, he's your guiding force, you know. You have to, I mean, spirituality is the only way you can get through, I
Get
feel.
So when I got to know about your cancer, I had heard this name for the first time. So could you tell everybody that what kind of cancer was this? What
This
was
was
so
it's a
different?
type of blood cancer. It's Hodgkin lymphoma,
Okay.
and I mean, mine was stage 4,
Okay.
so it gone down the diaphragm.
Okay.
So I mean, the word cancer only gives you
It shatters you.
shatters
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So, I mean, of course, even I did not hear until unless I went to my oncologist and he had explained me about all this. And I'm like, what? Lymphoma? What is this? Like, what kind of a cancer is this? So, of course, you know, you're just, but I will still see gratitude in that I had Hodgkin lymphoma, which, according to doctors, 99% doesn't come back.
Doesn't
So,
come
you know,
back.
you have to just keep seeing gratitude in everything. It's okay, ho gaya.
Huh.
You know, I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
Now, what next?
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is how I've, you know, dealt with it.
Why not? And just remember that cancer is just a chapter, not your whole story.
Yes, it's
Because
not.
only when you learn to have gratitude, miracles do happen.
Miracles happen. And
Yes.
miracles do happen.
Yes. So lots and lots of power to you.
Thank you.
May you stay happy,
Thank
healthy,
Thank
and
you.
always in gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Take
Thank
care.
you.